softer than the calendar. Forecast promised early cold, yet the evening held its breath and gave us one more thread of gold. Music leaking through the window, someone's radio downstairs. You reached out a little shyly, said just once, if no one cares. On the last warm night, we swayed between the raindrops on the tiles. Every slow step felt like stealing from the end of summer's smile. If tomorrow brings the shiver we have tried so hard to fight, I will keep you in this moment as my endless last warm night. City lights were dull and sleepy, not a party, not a show, just a balcony and moonlight, just your hand that wouldn't go. You were humming with the record, missed a verse and laughed it off. I was busy memorizing how your shoulder held me soft. On the last warm night, we swayed between the raindrops on the tiles. Every slow step felt like stealing from the end of summer's smile. If tomorrow brings the shiver we have tried so hard to fight, I will keep you in this moment as my endless last warm night. Maybe we will drift to strangers, trade these streets for different names, tell ourselves it was just youthful, blame the stars and blame the flames. But some part of me will always live barefoot on that small floor, turning circles with your breathing while the weather closed the door. Now when windows start to frost up and the forecast finds its teeth, I can hear that secret record in the rustle of the sheets. Every time the year feels heavy, days grow shorter, hearts grow tight, I return to that old balcony in our stolen last warm night. On the last warm night, we were richer than the daylight ever knew. All the riches were your heartbeat and a borrowed song for two. If we never share a dance again, fade into each other's light, you will still be in my memory as my only last warm night.
I was never built for impact, always flinched at every shout. Grew up learning how to listen, how to bend instead of shout. Then you came like early thunder to a sky that feared the storm, shook the dust forced out of my corners, made my quiet almost warm. I've got a glass heart full of light and full of cracks. Every glance from you can save it, every word can make it smash. If you hold it, please remember it was fragile from the start, but it only learned to shimmer when it fell through your dark. People tell me grow harder, skin and spine and simple view. They don't know I've seen the sunset through the lens of losing you. When you left, the world grew sharper, every sound cut like a knife, and my chest became a window where the cold moved in at night. I've got a glass heart full of light and full of cracks. Every glance from you can save it, every word can make it smash. If you hold it, please remember it was fragile from the start, but it only learned to shimmer when it fell through your dark. Maybe someday someone gentler will pick pieces off the floor, fit them into some new pattern that I've never seen before. But the shape you left inside me will remain in every pain, like reflections of a city after soft September rain. If you ever feel a shiver passing windows late at night, if a shadow in the glass there looks too much like my old fight, no, I never quite recovered, only learned to walk and laugh with this see-through trembling engine, doing half, then doing half. I've got a glass heart, and you were my brightest storm. You were both the crack and sunlight, making colors where it's torn. If we never find our way back, if we always stand apart, you'll still glow in every fracture of this simple glass heart. Glass heart.
Door swung shut on angry voices. Street was wet with midnight rain. You said, let's just take a taxi, like it might erase the pain. Driver asked us for the address. We both answered out of sync. Then we slid on separate benches in a car too small to think. In a silent taxi, we rolled through the city's bones. too much. I stayed seated in the shadows, afraid to beg, afraid to clutch. You just nodded through the window, pulled your coat against the night. Then the taillights turned the corner and you vanished from my sight. Now each time I hear an engine slow and hum beneath my street, I recall that moving coffin where our love admitted defeat. In a silent taxi we became a broken tune, just two passengers pretending we would not arrive too soon. If you ever share a backseat with a heart that feels like stone, maybe you will think of one ride where we both felt so alone. I still ride through endless evenings, let the city hum and spin, but that silent little taxi is the place I lost you in.
New keys hanging by the doorway, different kettle than cup. Friends will say I finally made it, got a life that's growing up. But at night when lights are lower and the traffic starts to fade, I can feel a softer presence in the corner that we made. It's the shadow of your love on my walls and on my skin. Even when I change the station, you still sing from deep within. I can walk another city, hold a different steady hand, but the shadow knows exactly where I stand. There's a street I avoid crossing, little shop with a yellow sign, where we used to buy cheap records, call it ours, call it divine. Now I pass 3 blocks around it, as if sound could pull me back to the boy who breathed your laughter like a song he couldn't track. It's the shadow of your love on my walls and on my skin. Even when I change the station, you still sing from deep within. I can walk another city, hold a different steady hand, but the shadow of your love still knows exactly where I stand. I don't want you as a burden, don't want you as open wound, but as quiet, soft reminder of a heart once out of tune. Sometimes when the world grows empty and the noise has lost its gloss, I'm grateful for that echoed feeling of a love I couldn't cross. If you've built your own new kingdom, filled the shelves with different frames. Maybe you can feel me sometimes in forgotten little names, like a perfume from a stranger that reminds you of my code, or a chorus in a cafe where our song still clears your throat. We're just shadows of a story that no present time can touch, yet the shadow of your love still draws a warmth I miss too much. When my days feel flat and heavy, when the sky's a silent glove, I can live one more small moment in the shadow of your love. Morning comes and breaks the pictures, sunlight wipes you from the floor, but by evening you are waiting in the crack behind the door. I move forward, I keep living, still I'm thankful for this trace of the shadow of your loving on the map of all my days.
Windows wrote the foggy letters, kettles hummed in other homes. I stepped out into the morning, found the pavement hot as stone, grass along the tiny playground wore a silver quiet coat. Every leaf along your corner cracked like something in my throat. This is the first frost on the road to where you live, covering our summer footprints in a thin and shining film. Every breath becomes a memory, every step recalls your voice, and this first frost on your street says knocking in return. Yet my body kept this journey like a lesson unlearned. I don't ring your dusty doorbell, don't look up to find your glass. Just pass by the old entrance where we once learned how to laugh. When my shoes slice through the crystals, tiny stars beneath my feet, I can hear our last "it's over" echo back along your street. This is the first frost on a love that had to end, drawing quiet, fragile borders where we used to just pretend. If you see your breath at sunrise and feel pulled by something lost, know I'm somewhere on your corner, walking through our first true frost. When the sun begins to soften, melting edges into rain, I will still recall this morning as the day I said your name. Not out loud and not in letters, just in air that I once crossed on a lonely early journey through our silent first cold frost. I was cutting through a side road, shortcut home from one more day. Didn't want the crowded main route, didn't want the usual haze. Then I saw you near the corner, hands inside a different code. Same old way you watch the traffic, same old tilt of eyes and throat. On this second chance street, we stood frozen in between all the things we never managed and the lives we've never been. You said, "Hi, you look much better." I said, "You've been on my mind." As the cars flowed round our island like we'd slipped outside of time. too many winters to pretend we're still in school. So we share this little twilight like a song we almost knew. Let the pavement hold our footprints while we wait. What's old and new? When we reached the bigger crossing, lights and noise came crashing in. You said, here is where I turn off. It was good to see you, friend. I just nodded, heart still beating like a boy beneath my coat, as you disappeared in crowds that never knew the weight you rode. If you ever think you wasted all the love we couldn't keep, remember how we stood together on that small half-empty street. Maybe that was not a restart, maybe closure in disguise, but the second chance street holds me every time I close my I still pass it on purpose, even when it's out of way, just to feel the slight suggestion that our paths could touch someday. Signs don't mention our reunion, maps don't mark where hearts once meet, but for me it's more than asphalt. It's our tiny second chance street.
Streetlights fading on the pavement, last bus crumbles out of sight. On my desk, the tiny stereo waits for one more restless night. All your letters talk of new friends, new cafes and different skies. I pretend I'm really happy, hide the sting behind replies. When the house is finally quiet, when the ticking fills the room, I rewind the worn out ribbon just to pour my heart to you. So I send you a tape, this goodnight, little crackle before every word, every breath between the noises holds the love you never heard. If you played it in your bedroom, in that bright and distant town,
skin, spirals of a quiet flame. We want to feast and end their love, or end it in the scattered age. You kept kicking little branches, hands deep down inside your coat. I kept counting all the words that I had swallowed in my throat. Autumn kiss on a borrowed night, under branches turning gold. I could feel the world move forward. We were scared to just let go. When you leaned a little closer, cold breath tangled in our wrists. All our summer turned to memory in one fragile autumn kiss. Street lamps shook a tired circle. Wind was learning to be sharp. You said soon the snow will find us, trying not to sound too hard. I said maybe we'll stop calling, maybe time will thin this out. But my fingers brushed your shoulder like a heart that can't walk out. Autumn kiss on a borrowed night, under branches turning gold. I could feel the world move forward. We were scared to just let go. When you leaned a little closer, cold breath tangled in our wrists. All our summer turned to memory in one fragile autumn kiss. We both knew there'd be new faces, different stories, different towns. But that moment held us gently, like the leaves that kiss the ground. No big speeches, no bright thunder, just two shadows in the mist, trading all their teenage courage for a short and trembling kiss. Now when seasons start to shiver and the sky grows pale and ticket booth still smells like popcorn. Same old posters, different names. I buy one instead of double. Tell myself it's just a frame. Usher tears, the edge and gestures. I could walk these stairs and sleep. I still choose our road by reflex, though the price is far too steep. There's an empty cinema seat where your jacket used to rest, where your whispers about endings drew new plots across my chest. Actors fade and scenes grow heavy, music swells and curtains creak, but the loudest thing is silence from that empty seat beside me. We would argue over trailers, guess the twist before they came. You would cry at quiet credits, hide your face and blame the rain. Now I sit here with my cola, extra straw I don't require, watching strangers share their laughter where we once played with the fire. There's an empty cinema seat where your jacket used to rest, where your whispers about endings drew new plots across my chest. Actors fade and scenes grow heavy, music swells and curtains creak, but the loudest thing is silence from that empty. On the screen they chase each other through impossible goodbyes, say the words we never manage with dry throats and stubborn eyes. Lights go dark, the room grows smaller, close-up tears look almost real, yet the cruelest, sharpest picture is the space my hands still feel. When the credits start their falling, people stand and check their phones. Someone bumps the vacant chair there, never knows it was our home. I walk out into the hallway, colored lights and vending sound, carrying a piece of heartbreak that no script has written down. If you ever pass this cinema, see the title on the wall, know that somewhere in the darkness I still hear your quiet call. There's an empty cinema seat that remembers how we fit, holding all the little stories that the film could never script. One day I might change my theater, find new rows and different screens, but this room will keep our shadows in its red and dusty dreams. Till then I'll keep buying singles, let the movie drown my grief, while my heart saves you a ticket.
the late bus home after seeing her first love. Some reflection is but stealing pieces of my time. I walked past like any stranger, kept my eyes upon the ground, found a bus stop like a refuge from a life spun upside down. On the late bus home, streetlights smear across the glass. Every corner that we shared once slides behind me, fades to past. I can see our younger faces in the window's shaky dome. But tonight I ride alone here on this crowded late bus home. Driver hums a nameless chorus, old man nods against his coat. Teenage girl writes secret letters on her jeans with borrowed hope. I just hold the metal handle like it's all I have to keep, while our memories play in flashes through the city's darker streets. On the late bus home, streetlights smear across the glass. Every corner that we shared once slides behind me, fades to past. I can see our younger faces in the window's shaky dome. But tonight I ride alone here on this crowded late bus home. We once raced to catch this route line, hands full of cheap midnight snacks. Took the very last seat giggling, whispered plans and never laughed. Now I sit 3 rows from nowhere, ticket crumpled in my palm, feeling like the last believer in a love that has moved on. Soon I'll pull the cord from my stop, step into the colder air, past the shop where we bought records, past the bench we claimed as ours. I will climb the same old stairwell, fumble keys and fade inside, with the low hum of this engine still an ache I cannot hide. If you feel a sudden sadness when the evenings start to roam, it might be this little journey on a lonely late bus home. I will heal and you will marry. Life will draw its careful line, but a part of me keeps riding in that bus where you were mine. When the engine sighs a depot and the seats stand empty bare, maybe echoes of my heartbreak drift like dust inside the air. Late bus home through all these years.
closet, stack of jackets on the floor. In the pocket of the old is something crinkled by the door. Tiny shape of folded edges, ink turned purple, lines grown faint. Little heart you cut in class once, colored red with cheap old paint. It's just a paper heart from a desk in some old room, but it holds a whole September, all our endless after school. You wrote my name a little crooked, drew an arrow through the dark. I still feel that nervous pencil in this fragile paper heart. Teacher turned her back a moment. You were busy with your knife, carving shapes into the workbook like you carved into my life. You slipped it into my diary when the lesson reached its end. I pretended not to see you, told myself we're just good friends. It's just a paper heart from the desk in some old room, but it holds a whole September, all our endless after school. You wrote my name a little crooked, drew an arrow through the dark. I still feel that nervous pencil in this fragile paper heart. We grew up and lost our benches, swapped our pens for telephones, packed our vows into apartments, into trains, and into loans. Yet this scrap of worn out paper outlived most of what we planned. Still as light as when you gave it, still as heavy in my hand. I could throw it in the trash can, call it silly, call it dust, but there's something in its edges that still feels like simple trust. So I slide it in my wallet between numbers, cards, and bills. Let our younger versions travel through the life we never filled. If you ever think of school days, of that window, of that yard, know a part of you is folded in this small forgotten card. It's just a paper heart, but it still can make me start. Every time I feel its outline, I remember my first heart.
Room is full of quiet shadows. Clock is loud against the wall. I can hear the pipes responding to the wave of night's slow fall. Every word I try to whisper breaks too quickly in my throat. So I choose a simple sentence when I place it in one note. Hold this note for the love I couldn't keep. Let it hang above the city while you drift into your sleep. If you never hear my calling, if you never read my throat, let the night remember for me, let the dark hold this note. We were always running faster than our hearts could learn to breathe, trading kisses for excuses, writing plans we couldn't read. When you finally closed the doorway, left me standing in the hall, all the speeches I had ready turned to one long aching call. Hold this note for the love I couldn't keep. Let it hang above the city while you drift into your sleep. If you never hear my calling, if you never read my throat, let the night remember for me, let the dark hold this note. Some loves write themselves in letters, some loves shout across the streets. Ours is living in the spaces where my voice and silence meet. So I stretch your name to edges of the air I barely own, till my lungs begin to tremble and this room becomes a home. One day I will stop from singing, let my chest forget the tune. But tonight I give this message to the ceiling, to the moon. If you feel a sudden weakness in a song you do not know, it might be this note escaping from the place I let it grow. Hold this note like a fragile piece of glass. Every second that it lingers is a second we still last. When it finally breaks to silence and the echoes lose their coat, I'll be grateful that I loved you in one long unbroken note. I exhale the final vowel, let it fly beyond my bed like a ribbon through the power lines, through the nights we never had. If the world forgets our story, if our names dissolve and float somewhere in the dark, forever bleeds the sound. Hold this note.
Church bells ring through foggy windows. Neighbors drag their chairs outside. Someone sweeps the stairs in silence. Kids play softly down the line. I make coffee for one mug now, leave the second on the shelf. Out of habit, out of memory, out of fear of facing self. It's a Sunday without you, and the hours barely move. All the streets feel like they're waiting for our footsteps, not my shoes. I can hear our missed routines in every kettle, every tune. But this Sunday without you is just an endless afternoon.
TV hums in low distraction, some old film we used to mock. I can hear you in my comments,
In the lines I never talk. Window frame holds quiet pigeons. Clouds drift slow above the blocks, and the couch remembers better how we fit inside its box. It's a Sunday without you, and the hours barely move. All the streets feel like they're waiting for our footsteps, not my shoes. I can hear our missed routines in every kettle, every tune. But this Sunday without you is just an endless afternoon. People say that time is healer, let the weekdays pull you on. But the weeks just bring me back here to a day where you are gone. You don't call to ask, remember. I don't ring to say come through. We both play our parts in stories that no longer hold us to. Later when the sky grows amber and the flats turn on their light, couples wander with their bags of bread and milk into the night. I stay watching from the curtains, shadow stitched against the frame, while the city makes its dinners round a table with your name. Every Sunday without you feels like 7 rolled in one. All the minutes stretch like hallways since our chapter came undone. If you ever feel a quiet on a slowly closing day, know there's someone on this Sunday still in love from far away. When the clock hands reach the evening and the weekend sighs into, I will fold this heavy silence like a shirt I once shared with you. Monday's waiting at the doorway, but my heart is stuck and true in this never-ending echo called a Sunday without you. Clocks tick into October, curtains breathe against the glass. Phone sits waiting on the table, coiled up like a piece of past. I rehearsed a dozen openings, all the lines I'd never say. Then I dialed your faded number just to hear you say my name. This is our October phone call, falling leaves between our words. Every silence feels like snowfall, covering what once we were. You keep asking how's it going, I keep laughing through the fall, while we quietly surrender in this last October call. You describe your busy mornings, new routines, a new cafe. I pretend I'm glad you're smiling, hide the ache that won't decay. I can hear a kettle hissing somewhere distant in your flat, like the ghost of all our evenings when we shared small things like that. This is our October phone call, falling leaves between our words. Every silence feels like snowfall, covering what once we were. You keep asking how's it going, I keep laughing through the fall, while we quietly surrender in this last October call. I could say I never meant it, all the times I walked away. You could say I'm still not over what we lost on that one day. But we both just chase the weather, talk of neighbors, talk of news. Let the truth stay in the shadows of the life we didn't choose. You say I should let you sleep now, voice too bright and slightly thin. I say yes, tomorrow's early, though I wish this wouldn't end. When you pause before the goodbye, breath caught somewhere down the line, I can feel the weight of seasons resting gently on our spine. This is our October phone call, one last echo down the wire. Every take care hides a story, every goodnight hides desire. When the line goes back to quiet and the ticking fills the hall, I will know we closed our chapter with one soft October call. I hang up and hear the dial tone, sing a lonely steady tune. Outside branches scratch the window like they miss a younger moon. If you ever feel a shiver when the autumn evenings fall, it might be my fading whisper from that last October call. gets caught in the rain. I got tied up beneath the most shelter. Ink starts to run like her feelings, letters in the rain, running unwind. Every sentence starts to tremble like a long forgotten child as the raindrops hit the paper. Wash your promises in gray. I can see how much I loved you and how much I walked away. You had written, I am waiting. Dated years I can't ignore. Simple lines about the future, about trains and distant shores. I had read them once in anger, stuffed them deep and zipped it closed. Told myself I'd grown much stronger, that your words were just a ghost. Letters in the rain, memory running wild, running wild. Every sentence starts to tremble like a long forgotten child as the raindrops hit the paper. Wash your promises in gray. I can see how much I loved you. Maybe if I'd answered sooner, sent you one small honest page, we would stand now side by side here, sharing both the storm and age. But I let the silence thicken, build my pride like armor thin, till this sudden stupid shower broke the walls I held within. When the bus pulled in, I folded what remained of what you wrote. Lines all blurred but still familiar, like your face behind my throat. I don't know where you are living, if you kept my clumsy lines, but tonight the